creating a cinematic trailer used to require expensive software, professional voice actors, and advanced editing skills. But no more. With the power of modern AI tools like Recraft, Veo, 11 Labs, and ChatGPT, anyone can produce stunning trailers from scratch. And these are all the results that you can get from a free plan. In this tutorial, you will learn how to combine these tools to bring your idea to life, from generating visuals and crafting compelling scripts to creating realistic voiceovers and assembling everything into a final polished product. Whether you're a content creator, filmmaker, or just experimenting with AI, this guide will walk you step by step through the entire process. So let's turn your imagination into a trailer. Before we begin, a little disclaimer: you can use AI to help you create your work, but you should consider the generation as a first draft only and do a proper pass yourself. Once the groundwork is laid, having a human touch will help you elevate your work and make it feel more human. So say no to slop and let's use AI for what it's worth. So, in order to make this video easier to understand, we would be breaking the entire process down into 8 steps. The first step is to generate a script. So I had a very blurry idea in my mind that I wanted a science fiction trailer and I wanted to have a protagonist character named Cal. I had a little bit of thinking about how I wanted the environment to look like and everything, small nicks and buts. So I got everything down on ChatGPT and told it to generate me a 1 minute trailer script. Now this trailer script would act as a blueprint to you. It's not something that you would have to rigidly stick to, because while you're generating the images, your script might go from here and there because you're thinking while you're creating. So, with this script ready, we could move to our second step. So, let's move ahead with our next step, that is generating environments and characters. So, for this step, we would be using two tools specifically. One is Recraft and the other is ChatGPT. Now, why am I using Recraft? The generation that it does is really prominent and it maintains that color grading throughout. As you can see with all my generation of different screens that I have done here, the consistency, you can see that the color grading remains consistent all along. And for the trailer that I was thinking, I needed that consistency to make out a great trailer. So, and for the prompts as such, I haven't used very detailed prompt. So we have a detailed prompt document in the description. If you want, you can check that out as well. Now, generating any kind of image on Recraft is very easy. You just need to create a new project. Here, you need to give out a prompt. Just for example, I'm using a loan, and here you need to choose your model. V4 is the latest model, so we'll use V4 for this. And you need to choose your ratio that you want. Video and it's a trailer, so we'll go for 16 is to 9. And here we go. And the generation is quite fast. It generates an image in like less than 10 seconds, so it's great. Are both are images and they produce really good results. So in order to download this, you just need to right click and export and download it as a file. So that was simple right there. So this was the scene creation. So in a similar manner, I experimented with very different prompts and I created a lot of scenes. But believe me, not everything that you would generate works. So it's important that the scenes that you have generated, you choose the ones that you think fits the best and then upscale it in ChatGPT. So like, for example, that I like this image that it has created of the protagonist, but due to a mistake in our prompt, it created a silver-eyed man. So I wanted to upscale this image and bring it back to a brown eyed man. So I took the image and gave it back to ChatGPT and I asked it to change the eye color and then generate a full image close up shot of this man wearing a futuristic suit. So this was the image that it has created. So we have successfully scaled our image and we have our character ready. Similarly, I also upscaled my environmental image. So you need to go through all the images that you have generated. You need to choose the one that fits the best to your plot and then upscale those images. And then we can move ahead to the video generation part. But apart from that, a trailer also has other elements. For example, we also have a text screen like for when is the movie going to be released or anything such. So for that, you need to just give it a simple prompt that how you want your text to look like. And as you can see, I did two iterations of with the prompt, and this is what I like the best, so I settled with this. The final element that we needed to develop was an emblem for our production house. In order to generate something like this, you need to go to Recraft, create a new project, and here you need to select version 3 in the model. And here in the style, you just need to go down and select Prestige Emblem. Okay, so with that selected, you can generate your images. For the prompt, if you would see, I just gave out a prompt that's as simple as just the word that I want in my emblem to look like. So I gave it the word siren, and these are the results. So with all the scenes that we have generated, we can next move ahead to the next step, video generation. So for the step of video generation, we would be using Google Flow for this. Now, for how this thing works is you need to create a new project first. And here, since we have already generated our scenes, so we'll attach this images right here. So we are uploading our image. And here you need to change it to video, and 16 is to 9, and we'll create one video per time for Veo 3.1 fast. As this costs 20 credits, the quality one costs you 100 credits, so we'll go for the fast. And here I need to explain what I want in this scene to happen. I'll suggest you use very simple terminologies of what you want, what's on your head, what you want the scene to look like. So here's my prompt. I'll just give it here, and this will take like around a minute or so to generate this video. So a good thing about Veo is that it also generates audio along with your video, so it syncs properly and you don't need to worry about that. So similarly, I created other videos as well. Now for our next step, we need to generate a background music for a trailer. For this, we would be using 11 Labs, and in order to generate, you just need to go to the music section right here. So here you need to give it a prompt. I give it a very basic prompt, nothing specific, that I wanted to have a science fiction movie trailer background music that's under 2 minutes. So I'll just create this. So I'll like this one, I'll go with this. So I'll save this and download this as an MP3 full song. Now we are moving ahead with our next step, that's the generation of the audio, of the characters, of the narration, and all things. Now, since we were using Google Flow, the character narrations are quite sorted because I like how they have created the sounds of the characters that you would be seeing. But I liked one of the narration voices that I used to create the initial narration. So, in order to create your voice, you just need to select your character. So and go for middle aged, and I know the character's name, so I'll just directly search for her. So this is the character right here. It
Pull
has
up a
a really
chair.
good
I've got a
narration
story
voice.
that'll
It's a
change how
calming
you
and
see the
pretty
world.
voice,
It's about
so I
grit,
used it to generate
survival,
my
and the kind
narration
of love that
script.
burns.
Now with everything done, you can see this is my downloads folder, and it's filled with all the creations that I've created, all the images, the videos, and the music. So with that done, the next and the final and the most important step would be editing. Now this is a very creative sector. You can't really point out on how you need to edit your video. It's more of how you want your output to look like. For editing, I used InShot, and it's basically a application for your phone. It's a mobile editor. It works out well. If you don't want to use a mobile application, you can also use other editing tools that you have handy. Now while you're editing, not every clip would be necessary. You would thing like this is not a great creation, so you need to skip it, and that's all right. That's all the part of editing that you need to do to make it all look good. And with all that done, this is our final creation.
Solara was the jewel of Twin Star, a paradise in disguise, until they found it.
What if the planet is not really dead? What if?
Kyle, you're taking a very big risk.
I hope you really like this video. For more such videos, please subscribe to our channel. I'll see you next time.